watching from Spain. Nancy, I see you. All right. A very, very good evening to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your continued support. Alex Omo, good evening. Destiny, nice. I see all you guys. Irene, Petty Lazio. Petty Lazio, that sounds like an Italian name, maybe a Spanish name. All right. Godwin, I see you. Udo Iyase. I see you. Not so long ago, I was with the Iyase of Udo. Great guy, very, very funny. Not so long ago, I was with the Iyase of Udo. All right. Very, very good evening to you guys. Thank you so much for your continued support. I remain your brother, your friend, Amb Dion Osagie, with a great dream to make Edo great. All right, a great dream to make Edo great. I really don't think there's anything wrong with a young person dreaming more, to become more, to act more, to be more successful, to give back. I don't think anything is wrong with it. What is wrong is that as a young person, if you are successful, you are not giving back, there's a big problem. There's a big problem for anybody to be successful and not giving back. So we are challenging. We are starting the challenge. It's a give back challenge, all right? Give back challenge, please. Those people that cut those videos, cut this part. This is a big give back, a big one, a big give back challenge. This is a perfect time for us to know those Edo citizens, those Edo social media noisemaker who truly believe that Edo can be great. This is a good time to know those persons who truly have Benin Kingdom at heart. Coming on social media every day, displaying your nuisance does not define that you love Edo State more. All right? But being a part of the progressive movement that will secure a better day or that will keep Edo people safe defines your patriotism to Benin Kingdom, to Nigeria. So you can be online for 4 or 5 hours, you can shout day and night, whatever you choose to do online does not define your love for your kingdom. So this is a good time for each and every one of us to define our love for our kingdom. This is a good time for every one of us to define our love for our kingdom. I love Edo State, not before. What are you doing to benefit the people of Edo State? It should be a question. So today I am starting my giving back challenge. I saw on social media that some persons are doing sing better challenge. Heal the world, make it a better place. Hey, it's all good. I saw on social media some people are doing push-up challenge. I mean, that's all good, but that's not going to solve the problem, man. All those challenges I see on social media will not solve a goddamn thing. If you like, you can do press up till tomorrow. Ooh, 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 ooh. Or if you like, you can sing Heal the World 200 times. It's not going to change any goddamn thing. Alright? It's not going to change the fact that a woman who is left at home, a woman who is asked not to leave the house, a woman who has been given an order, do not leave your house. It does. If you sing today to tomorrow, it doesn't mean that the woman is not going to be hungry. This is a fact. No matter how much you sing, it doesn't mean that a woman who has 5 children and depend on purely going out there to hawk pure water or sell some items to earn a little bit to feed her children. There are so many women who depend on that. We are not just saying it, we are saying it because we have the case study. We have studied it for over 2 years. The majority of the women, we are using Edo State as a case study, but generally in Nigeria, but we use Edo State as a case study. Majority of the women in Edo State, low income earners, depend on the daily bread. All right, they don't have any savings. Many of them do not even have a bank account. Many of them do not even have a phone number. We have a list of over 1,000 women who do not have access to information. We have a list of over 1,000 women in Benin City, in Edo State, who do not have access to information. We have a list of over 1,000 women who earn less than 1,000 naira every day with a very, very hard labor so that they can feed their children. We have those lists. This is not a matter of doubting us. We have the list. You can go on our Facebook page. So many of the persons we have reached out to cannot afford to live the next day without going out there to hustle to feed their children. If you are a vivid follower of our work, you will hear so many stories where women say that, look, I have to sell lacasera or pure water or banana to make 500 to 1,000 naira. On my way home from work, I'll buy some little food item to feed my family. This is a fact. Now, we are asking some of those women now to stay home. It doesn't make sense. I think it's a total wickedness for any form of government to ask people to stay home without providing a means of survival for these women, for these families, for these children. I personally think that it is an act of wickedness and a pure evil on governance if you are passing a law that people should stay home, knowing fully well in the state where you are passing such law, there are many families who cannot survive without going out there to make any. This is a fact, guys. I will repeat, it is a pure act of selfishness, a pure act of wickedness for any form of governance, from the president to the governors to the commissioner, any form of leadership, to give people an ultimatum to stay home. Do not go out. Do not go to the market. Do not sell your banana. Do not sell your water. Knowing that these families depend 100% on going out there to feed their children. Do you know that a lot of women are hungry today because they did not work yesterday, because they did not work yesterday? They are hungry today, they can't feed. You have seen so many of those cases in our office. If you have not seen it, please go through our videos. You will see what I mean. Alright? Go through our videos and you will see what I mean. We have got to find a way as people to reach out to those women, those families who cannot access the government benefits, if they have any. I don't think they have any. I'm very, very passionate about women because I find out that through our research, I think I have this here. Through our research, I did a research. I'll show you guys. This is a research I did, proposal and research. This was submitted to Edo State government. All right, project proposal. I did a research. All right, I did a research about women. And found out that more than 70% of the women in Edo State, low income earner, are the breadwinner of their family. Imagine a woman with 5 children. She will be at home. She will be on the street, hawking. But the husband will be at home. And there's a story that came to our office not long ago. I asked the husband, why they go sell pure water when your wife, they relax? The woman, the average Nigerian woman, the average Edo woman, the average Benin woman, she will go out there in the morning to go up pure water. Before she go up pure water, she will make sure that children are well fed, send them to school if she need to. She will go and up pure water, come back home, make evening food. The husband is at home. So I have decided that if God gives us the opportunity to become leaders of tomorrow, be a governor or whatever, we are going to focus in empowering the women, because we believe that in the Nigeria of today, if the women are empowered, things can definitely go brighter. Imagine a man, after you don't born 4 or 5 children, you will run, leave your family. The woman have to run to the market, she have to run to school, she have to find every means necessary to make sure that the family is okay. And we think this is a failure. All right? We think this is a failure. So much is going on, and this is not the time to make noise online, to criticize anyone online. This is a perfect time for every adult person to come together to make a change. This is a perfect time for every Nigerian, for every adult person, for every single citizen of this country to come together and effect a change. If you know you love your state, if you know you love your community, do something. As I speak to you today, we have been able to, today is Saturday, since Thursday to today, we have been able to give over 500 hand sanitizer, nose masks, gloves. As I speak to you today, my friend, let me even call Blessing. As I speak to you now, I think they are even on the streets, creating awareness, letting people know that, look, this thing can kill you. So many people don't know that. All right, let me see. Let me call Blessing. I've not checked on them. Let me quickly. You understand? I'm so shocked and surprised to see that my social media Edo people, even with the current crisis going on around the world, a global problem, so many of my Edo persons are still online criticizing each other. Hello, Blessing, how are you? Where are you guys now? Did you guys do the exercise today too? Okay, I'm proud of you guys. And send me some photos so I can load it on our page with the hope we can encourage 1 or 2 persons. Alright, God bless you. Alright. So today we also did, yesterday we did, day before yesterday we did, this was yesterday now. Alright, we created about 1,000 hand sanitizers that we have been giving out to Edo people. Look at it. Alright, it's custom made. Custom made sanitizers. We did all that. Alright. We created this in less than 24 hours. Alright. So these are ways of supporting your state. These are ways of supporting the state government. You can't tell me that you love Governor Obaseki, you love APC, but all you can do is come online to make noise every single day. Will it be so much for you to contribute a little to the betterment of Edo State? No. This is a perfect time to define those who truly love their states. Not those who write the best letters online. Not those who speak the best English. You go there, compose, making mockeries of people. No, go out there. Be a street soldier, man. Be a street warrior, not a social media warrior. You want to beat everybody. You want to deal with everybody. I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed of so many of my Edo persons, man. In times like this, when the whole world is crying, if you are living in Spain, you see what's happening in Spain. If you are living in Germany, you see what's happening. If you are living in America, wherever in the world you are living, there's a problem. So instead of you now to use your social media platform or whatever to encourage people on what to do or to see how you can bring your followers together, to come together, to contribute a little to the development or to the betterment of your people, to make sure they are safe, you go online. Say, hey, how are you? Man, my people, please change your wicked ways, man. If you don't change your wicked ways today, I pray that the spirit of coronavirus should visit your household. If you are a social media person and as of today, you are still using your platform to gossip, to create problems, to create hates for the people, I pray that the coronavirus should visit your house. I am very, very sad about the slow development and rapid response that we are receiving in Edo State. The only testing center we currently have in Edo State is in Ira. One of my boys just went to the hospital this evening. Past 2 days, I sent him to UBTH this evening. This happened today. One of my boy, I sent him to UBTH and he said that the doctor gave him malaria medicine. I told him to make sure that the doctor is available to test him. He said the doctor said that's what they can do. At UBTH, which is a federal hospital, do not have the facility to test for coronavirus. You have to travel to Ira. On your way to Ira, if you truly have coronavirus, on your way to Ira, you're going to have to take a public transport. If you take a public transport, it means that every person in that public transport is also infested. So there's a big problem. I think I can show you guys this message. I would not like to, but okay, I think I can just call him directly so that you all can hear that this is going on in Edo State right now. There's a big problem. All right, our people need our support. We need to find a way, and I am donating my building. I have a building where we are doing our God Sent School. I can donate. I am willing to donate it to the state government if they can use it as a testing center at Uwelu and Ogida should have a testing center. All right. If you go to Oluku and those areas, should have a testing center. There should be a lot of testing centers around the city, around the states. Schools are often used for election. We can create testing centers in every school, in every local government, or in every ward. In every ward, there's a counselor. We can contact the counselors to monitor those persons who are being tested. Some person said, oh, until you have a symptom, you go and get tested. No, because there have been several cases that have come that when you get tested, you can be positive without a symptom. So the one way we can limit or fight corona is to create as many testing centers as possible so that people will know their fate. How can my boy, I'll show you guys this message, I'm sorry. It's my staff. Alright? How can my boy go to okay, this is the message, okay? I think I'll show you guys this, okay? Please just read this with me. May not be able to talk too much. Okay, so this is a message today. It said, good morning, sir. I said, hi. He said, boss, I am scared though. I have been scared to share this with you. With anybody, sir. I said, off. He said, I've been coughing for up to 4 days now. I said, you need to get tested, man. He called me. I couldn't hear him. I said, boss, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Boss, I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Where is the testing center? I want to call one of the number now. Call, let me know. Sir, they asked me to go to UBTS for checkup. Send me your account. So I send him some money, whatever. Alright? Alright, so he sent me, say, boss, this is the same issue I'm having here. They don't take this seriously in UBTH. I was attended by a nurse who gave me a number to call and asked me to go away. But I forcefully came back and told her I need to do general check-up. to know what is wrong with me before she directed me to go buy a card. So this is today. Oh, this is today. Okay, this is the card. This is my boy. Today is 28, right? I'm still hoping to see the doctor. That's after 3 hours. But I've seen the doctor. Okay? He said they asked me to take this to their pharmacy to get drug, which is worth 5,600. Then I said, what's the drug for? Have you got tested? They didn't test me. Enforce that you want to be tested. It's for your own good. I'm going to meet the doctor now, sir. Okay? The doctor said they are treating me for malaria with upper respiratory and treat infections. Okay? So now, the doctor said if I have to do any test, you see that? Alright? So you can see that even in a federal hospital in Benin City, as big as UBT is, they do not have the facility to test people. This is a big failure. You can't expect people who live in Benin City, some who live in Ovia, to start living in Ovia to go and test in Era. It's almost impossible. It is even giving more chances to spread the disease. So what the government should be doing is to create a testing center in every ward, if possible. It's very achievable. There are many people who want to volunteer their services. There are many doctors, many nurses who are willing to work at minimum wage, 30,000 naira a month. Let's create a testing center in every ward so that when we know that this ward, they are all tested, they are good. This is one way to control it. Telling people to stay home, telling people to do this, it's not going to work. Because at the end of the day, hunger will kill more people than coronavirus. Hunger is the enemy of the people, man. How do you expect them to feed? A family that earn an income of about 30,000 naira, a family of 5, 30,000 naira a month. If you earn 30,000 naira a month, you and your wife with 5 children, it means that you depend on 1,000 naira every day. That 1,000 naira you have to eat. That 1,000 naira you have to take a bus or a keke or bike, wherever you live, to your work, come back home. There are many families living like this. We have shown you guys so many times, so many cases, whereby many families, I think I still have this video. This man makes about 18,000 naira a month. Let me show you if I still have it. You remember this man, guys? Many of you remember this man, this papa. Many of you that follow us, if you follow us enough, you remember this papa. So many of you remember this papa who's make only 18,000 naira. Look at him. He makes 18,000 naira a month as a salary. The daughter got sick. Look at the old man is crying. All right. So the daughter got sick. He needed only 200,000 naira to have an operation. Nowhere. He came to our office with good faith just to try. He already wrote a letter. He was going to the TV station, but he was convinced by somebody that saw him to come to our office first. He came to our office and we were able to raise money for him to have the surgery for the daughter. And today the surgery is done and he's happy. Now, imagine a man like that making 18,000 naira a month with 3 children. How do you expect him to survive if he stays home? How do you expect him to survive if we do not provide a stimulus package to benefit these families? Do our people even know what's called food bank? Food bank. Many of you live in Europe, Canada, and other parts of the world. You know what I'm talking about. Even as a refugee in Italy, as a refugee in Spain, you are entitled to housing. You are entitled to free food. You are entitled to income. A refugee, you will cross from Morocco, Mediterranean Sea, to Italy or to Spain. The government of Spain or Italy will give you a shelter, we give you money, we give you food. There are some that will even give you clothing. Now our people are suffering, nowhere to run to. The government is not active enough, all right? The people who are supposed to now act are busy using social media to fight themselves instead of making an impact, instead of joining Dion Osagie to see what we can do to effect this change. I am donating 1 million naira. I am donating 1 million naira to help those families who do not have food to come and enjoy. So this is how we're going to do this. Obviously, I cannot give my 1 million naira to the government because the government is not effective. Me and you will know that. We need to start telling ourselves the truth. The government is not effective if by now the government have not been able to create as many as possible testing center around the city center or around the state, then there's a problem. Benin City is not just, Edo State is not just Benin City. Edo State is not just Benin City, because most of the things we are hearing is around Benin City. We have other communities. We have other local governments. We have so many words who are not aware of what is going on. So what are we going to do about them? Are we going to keep our hands and watch? Or as people, we are going to act to see the kind of changes we can make? It's really sad in my heart. So I'm launching up a challenge for every Edo person who is on social media. I, for one, I will be donating 1 million naira to support anyone, not one person, obviously. So maybe 5 to 10,000 naira per person or per family. Per family is better, so they can have some certain amount of food. All right. So I'm donating 1 million naira. I hope to hear from other social media noisemakers to see what they can do with their platform to effect a change. That is what social media is for. Social media is not for you to bring down your brother. Social media is for you to see. That is why the owner of Facebook created it. For you to see how you can make positive changes in your community. Alright, let's read something. Madam, make you rest for the matter. Okay, what's Madam talking about? Alright, so please guys, join hands with Dion Osagie. Let's do our own part. Alright, so if you are living in a community whereby you know somebody that is very, very in need, please make a video, send it to me on WhatsApp, or post it to me and tag me, or however way you wish I can get it. My number is 0705 1938417. So if you are living in an area, or if you hear about any person who may need food, who may need anything during this hard time, just make a video interview, send it to me. We are very, very good at judging people when we see them. All right, so they have a need. Every one of us have a need. I have a need. I have been in my house for the past 5 days. This is the first time I have never left the house in a long time. I have been indoors. I have not left the gates. Since I came, I have not left the gate, and I don't like it. All right, so many of us need this period. Let's join hands together. So if you know somebody in your area that may need our assistance, make a short video of them, send it to me on WhatsApp. I will evaluate the video. I will send my team. We are currently creating a response team as well. Or I have talked to my staffs. We are creating a response team so that when people call us, we can be able to respond to them. You know, if it's a bag of gari, half bag of rice, cocoyam, plantain, it's achievable, man. I don't see why not. So it's very, 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 very sad that Edo State, as of now, it's been almost a week since the virus came to Nigeria, to put a concrete plan on ground. We have not been able to put a concrete plan on ground. I have great plans for my people, man. Many of you are aware of my God-sent clinic. May God give me the grace to finish that. Even before the virus, I was already planning for my people, man. In a local government, let me see if I can see that video. So that many of you, okay, my phone is dead. Go online and check a God-sent clinic. All right. 2 years ago, we have started planning for our people, man. Just imagine if our God-sent clinic was finished today. We could have used our God-sent clinic also as a testing center. So my plans for our people is way more than the plans the government have for the people. You want to tell me that after spending 10 billion for Central Hospital, we are still rushing to see where we're going to have a testing center? 10 billion. 10 billion. 10 whooping billion, man. When I complain about the poor health sectors in Edo State, people will say I'm criticizing the government. No, I am not. I'm only looking out for you. I'm only looking out for you. My passport to America is always very close to me. If I need to go to America tomorrow, all I need to do is call my embassy and report an emergency that I need to go back. And I will go back. And that's a fact. If I need to go to America tomorrow, all I need to do is call the US embassy. They must find a way to take me out of Nigeria, because I am on in Nigeria here, recorded with the embassy. They know that I'm here. So if I have any issue, all I have to do is call the US embassy and they will take me out of here. But I'm only concerned about those persons who do not have a voice. Those persons who really need the voice. We have got to speak up for our people, man. You have got to love me, guys. You have got to love Dion Osagie. Because at the end of the day, I have not done anything wrong to anybody. I repeat, I have not done any single wrong to anybody. I have not. If you look at the people who hate me, people who don't like me, people who say I'm this and that, you ask those persons, okay, now you don't like Dion Osagie. What has Dion Osagie done to you? There's a great chance that the answer will be nothing. You don't hate people because other people hate them. No, it's wrong, guys. Find in your heart to show me an act of love, because at the end of the day, our passion for our community is far greater than any amount of comfort that we can have. Of course, I love to have a good time, but I figure that if I do not satisfy my conscience in doing my bit to help my community, I will never forgive myself. I will never be normal. And that's my way. If I did not do my part, of course, you know how many times people message me, oh my God, you just leave your wife for one area, you go to do, I'm going to forget that thing. No. Everybody has a dream. Of course, not very many persons will marry a wife as beautiful as my wife and start living in a different country when they have an opportunity to live with their wife or their wife to live with them. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a plan. And if you are a good dreamer, until you have fulfilled your dreams, your plan, you will never be truly happy in anything you do. If you are in a marriage and you have a dream, if you are in a relationship, you have a dream, until you fulfill that dream, any other thing may not work successfully for you, because that dream will continue to be in your head. Of course, I would like to say that you are a big fool if, for example, all you know about Dion Osagie is social media. You see me online, do our good, do our craziness, do everything. All you know about Dion Osagie is social media. And guess what? This same Dion Osagie, I've shown to you numerous of times how good he is via social media, how committed he is to his work. You've seen so many good about Dion Osagie. So many good about Dion Osagie. And maybe you have seen Dion Osagie too, just talk, you know, or maybe write up online. Hey, you are stupid, you are arrogant. Or maybe chat online. Two different scenarios. Dion Osagie chatting online, cursing at people, or being arrogant, or being proud, like many of you call it. And Dion Osagie creating an initiative for widows. Dion Osagie creating a free school. Dion Osagie creating free water for everyone. Dion Osagie removing young boys from the streets. If you pick what Dion Osagie says compared to how Dion Osagie acts, it means that you are a fool. Because at the end of the day, you have got to look at people's action to judge them, not what they do. But sadly, we live in a world whereby people judge you by what you say, not. All right? So for those of you who judge people by what they do, not what they say, I want to say congratulations to you. Because at the end of the day, actions speak way louder than words. It's a fact. All right? So, that's it, man. Once again, of course, let me show you guys this. All right, so this year was given to Edo State government, this proposal, and also to the Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly. I gave him this proposal few weeks after our Make Edo Great rally. Look, there are many young boys on the street who do not have a shelter. There are many young boys in the streets who do not have a shelter. Who is going to cater to them? There's no single shelter owned by Edo State in the entire Edo State for women or for youths. I made this proposal. Check it out. I made this proposal. Look at it. Research and proposal on street children to Edo State government. All right. I made this proposal. Research and proposal to Edo State government. I made it, gave it to the Speaker of Edo State. It's been months, I have not heard from them. And guess what? Today, the Speaker of Edo State is treating coronavirus. These young children are fully exposed to coronavirus because they have nowhere to go, man. These young boys are exposed to coronavirus. In my research, look at what I found. This is my research. All right. All right. Type of diseases that street kids faces. 50 children were asked about their illness and impact of their health. All right. 1, boils. 4 of those children have boil. All right. Number 2, dog bite. 5 of those 50 children have had dog bite. Number 3, wound. 5 of those children have wound. You see that? Number 6, hit by a car. 2 have been hit by a car. Number 9, illness. You see that? Number 10, fever. You see that? This research I did was given to the state government to see how we can work together to remove all these young boys from the streets. The state government has several buildings that has been abandoned for so many years that could be used as a shelter for homeless boys. We have proved beyond a reasonable doubt that we can definitely rehabilitate these young boys. We have done it. We have the case study. We have it. All right? We are not saying that this is what we're going to do. We are saying that this is what we have been doing. We can do more if the resources are there. So imagine where all these young boys are going to live with these problems. Imagine where these young boys. I did a beautiful proposal. Look at this. Look at this beautiful proposal I did for the state government. Beautiful proposal of our work and research. Look at it. I did a beautiful proposal. Look at these young boys in school. This is Gift, Osamudiame, Egosa, and the rest. Look at before and after. Look at before and after. I did this proposal for the state government of Edo State to see how we can effectively work together to remove all these young people from the streets. All right. So if these young boys who are living on the streets do not have a place they could lay their head during this virus, it means that the right of that child is being violated by the state government. Because in 2007, the Edo State House of Assembly passed a law to protect every child. The children do not have protection, man. And we say it's very, very wrong. We need to continue to do what is right for our people. All right, so let's read some comments. All right, let's read from Pedro Clifford. Dion, type or send your phone number here on my inbox at your will. I will call you for counsel. You need counsel. I understand you today more than ever. Believe me, you need people who can always advise you on matters. All right, Pedro, thank you so much. I always share my number every day. I'm surprised you don't have it. I think my number is a public number. I always welcome everybody who try to talk to me. It's very, very welcome. But the only problem I have with advices is that you cannot advise me based on how you think. That's the only problem I have. You cannot advise me based on how you think, because every one of us think differently. All right? Because if a format or a particular doings work for you, you did this way, it works for you, doesn't mean it works for me. Because something worked for you doesn't mean that it works for me, it's going to work for me. You understand? So we all have different views about life and different ways to see things, and I love when people reach out to me to tell me do this way, but that's not my style. All right, I must continue to use and do things that has worked for me. It may not be working for you, but it's working for me. I, as an individual, one man, I have been able to do so much. All right? So you cannot advise somebody who is doing way more than you. It's almost impossible. The only person you can advise is somebody you see that you are doing more than that person. Somebody, how can you call me, for example, all right? You want to advise me on NGO, but you have never one day do anything concerning NGO. It's not possible. Or I have a fish farm. You want to advise me about fish, but you have never had a fish pond. It doesn't make sense. So I always welcome any advice that whoever is advising me must have done what I have done before, exact way I did it, and more. That's the way I see my life. It's not being proud. Some people say it doesn't take advice. No, it's not true, guys. I love to take advice. You have got to advise me on the things that I do not know. I have successfully gave out, we have successfully gave out God Sent Kitchen since July 1st, 2017. We started God Sent Kitchen, and we have been doing it for over 2 years. How can somebody who have not even given a plate of food to a homeless person will come and start advising me about my kitchen? It doesn't work for me. It's just a personal choice. I'm not saying I know too much. I am saying that if I am doing more than you, you cannot advise me. Just like somebody that is not married. You have not ever been married in life. You are not coming to advise somebody that is married or has been married for 20 years about marriage issue. It doesn't make sense. So that's the way I see things. Nothing against anybody, all right? All right, let's read some more. You don't hear, I beg. About the people problem too much. Of course, that's one of the big problems we have. A lot of persons worry about so many people's problem when they too have their own major problem. It's a big issue, man. All right, so it's a big issue that a lot of persons worry about others' problem when they have their own mighty problems. I don't have any major problem. That's the fact. I, as Dion Osagie, I do not have any major problems. I don't. The only problem I have is my work, my good work. The only problem I have is the good work that I am doing. There are some persons still go out there to say that what we are doing, it not make sense. Dion Osagie before 419. Dion Osagie na 419, he open free school. Dion Osagie na 419, he remove children from streets. Dion Osagie na 419, he build free water. Dion Osagie na 419, he empower so many young people. I have given transportation to more than 10 persons in Edo State in the last 2 years. I have bought vehicles for young boys in Edo State, more than 10 vehicles in the last 2 years. So you know what? I bought this vehicle for 1.5 million naira. You go and balance 1.5 million naira and take the car. Let's assume that every 419 and every scam artist in Edo State or in Nigeria do half of what we do, I think that Edo State would be a better place to live in. Or let's leave that. The people you elected in office to represent you, to be your local government chairman, to be your commissioners, to be your governor, if they do what we do, Edo will be a better place. Do you want to tell me that a House of Rep member do what we do? No, there's no House of Rep member in Edo State as we speak that do half of what we do. There's none. And guess what? House of Rep members makes 25 million naira as salary. What is their job? Have you asked yourself? Divide the minimum wage, divide 25 million times, divide by 30, and see how many young people we can pay 30,000 naira each in 25 million. Now multiply that by the number of House of Representatives we have in Nigeria. Do the maths. You'll be very angry. I am not here for ulterior motives. If you go back to my work, if you go back to my history, if you follow me enough, you will see coming. We have been dreaming. The school we recently started was a dream. The registration is online. Go and check it. We started the registration about maybe 3 years ago. Let's be realistic. About 6-7 years ago, many of those persons on social media today, what were they thinking? Were they thinking about making a change in the community? Were they thinking about, what were they thinking 6-7 years ago? I want to find out where majority of the social media noisemakers, what were they thinking 7 years ago? It's about me, it's about me, it's about me, it's about me. It cannot always be about you. The coronavirus have told the world that not be you get yourself. Not be you get yourself. As much as you love God, not be you get yourself. Churches are closed down, mosques, schools, and everything is closed down. It shows that nobody is more super than the next person. The Prince Charles in the United Kingdom, the wives of the Prime Minister in Canada, Davido's wife has it, Obaseki has it, Buhari has it, all these great people has it, so nobody only pass. So with that fact, knowing that you do not own yourself, that anything can happen to you, and you still have a mind of hate towards anybody, waka. You understand? Alright, so let's read forward. Okay. Alright, let's read from Grace Idaosa. Mr. I can't do the loan. We understand your format. Stop making noise. Alright, I think that the highest level of stupidity is when you don't like somebody and you are burning your R8 income. In this time when Nigeria is at recession, when there's no money. Alright? You are burning your time, you are burning your income to watch life, somebody that you don't have any interest in. I think that is the highest level of being stupid. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm talking to Grace, my lovely sister. I think the highest level of stupidity is for you not to agree with someone, but you still take time out of your busy schedule. I don't know where you live. I've never seen your comment before. I think that is the highest level of stupidity to create time to work or to watch, to evaluate, to analyze somebody that you are not in agreement with. I mean, that's very stupid. So I want to encourage you, my lovely dear, to stop being stupid. All right, it's 2020. There's so much you can do with your time. All right, if you don't want to have anything to do, wear makeup, man. Take some pictures for Instagram. That's much better. All right, I love you. Okay. All right, let's go to the next comment. Let's go to Christian. Chris, good work, bro. Thanks, man. All right, let's read from the Sindako. They call it bragging because they feel he knows it all for editing them. Of course. Yeah, I don't think I brag. I mean, that's the honest truth, D. I really don't think I brag. I have never bragged. What is bragging? Bragging is when you buy a luxury car, you put it in my new whip. What's bragging? Bragging is when you go to the club, you start pouring champagne, showing off. I don't think I brag. I'm just so proud of my work. I'm just so loving of myself. All right. I think if I want to brag, I think I'm one Edo person that have so much to brag with. Yeah. If I really want to brag, I think I'm one Edo young person that has so much to brag with. When I go out of the country, when I make videos of a train station or make video of something that is interesting, it is not to brag. It is to educate many of you who have a very small mind that, look, we are behind. We are so behind. More than 200 years behind. Few days ago, I shared a video on my social media of London, the Black Wall Tunnel in London, Black Wall Tunnel, where you are driving. You now go inside the water. For like 20 minutes, you'll be driving inside water. That bridge or that tunnel was created the year of Alvorame, the year the British came to Benin. 1897 was the year they created the Black Wall Tunnel in London. I have been on that tunnel more than 4 times. So they created that tunnel 100 years ago, 103 years ago. And this is 2020. You see this country we are living in? They just take light. You see the country we are living in, right? This is the country we are living in. And yet some people go to make noise from their one corner room, right? Alright, so let's continue to go. Stop contradicting Peter Soa. If we all have our views, why do you want us to key into your ideas? Alright, it's a good question. Alright, we all have our views. And the people that I want to key with me are the people that have the same views as me. Alright? The people, I'm talking to Peter. Peter, the only people that I want, please turn on the jam for me, guys. Yeah, country. Alright, so the people that I want to key in with me are the people that have the same view with me. Because I found out that no matter what we say or no matter what we do, people who are not convinced will never be convinced. It's just like people who grew up in a Christian home and you are trying to convert them into a Muslim, something they are not used to. It's very, very going to be very, very difficult, and I don't want to deal with that. So the people I am trying to convince are the people who have the same mindset as I do. All right? So I hope that answers your question. All right, so let's go forward. All right, let's read from Pedro. Your dream is too big for you alone, John. There you got it wrong. Your plan goes beyond NGO, but if you believe in yourself, go ahead. I believe in myself, man. And it is very, very disrespectful and makes me see you as very little for you to think that anybody's dream is too big. That is the highest level of being stupid, bro. Not disrespect, but I think it's very, very stupid for you to tell another man that their dream is too big. Oh my God, that's so stupid. Somebody created a plane. The Facebook we are using today, somebody created a platform for you to use it for free. How can you sit there and somebody have a dream, you are telling another man that their dream is too big? It means that your dream is too small. So you need to work in or work at expanding your own dream, not mine. My dream is my dream. If you see that my dream is too big, that's your fault, not me. And guess what? All the dreams I've had since I was young, I have achieved all of them. If by today I stop doing anything, I have fulfilled my conscience. I have done my part in nation building. I have given back to my community. I have done my best. So somebody else should continue. So I have actually lived my dream. I have lived my dream life. You understand? Let's go on. My brother, okay, Charlie. Let's read from Charlie. My brother, do what you can do. Of course, that's what we're doing. All right, we're just doing our best. We're doing our best. That's it, man. We're doing our best. That's what you can really do as an individual. Put in your best efforts and let God bless the rest. All right. All right, please, guys, if you are watching me, let's do our best not to insult ourselves. Anybody can make an opinion as long as it's not insult. All right. Anybody can talk. Anybody can ask questions. Anybody can have an opinion as long as there's no insult. All right. So when I use the word stupid, doesn't mean that I am being insultive. It means it's an expression, all right? Because there are some words people say that sound very, very stupid. So when I say stupid, doesn't mean that I'm making an insult. I'm just trying to make an expression, all right? Of course, Donald Trump is my role model. If you don't know now, you should know. All right, let's go forward. Okay, let's read from Eddie. That's the problem in Nigeria. This is why they keep falling victims for pastor, because it is what the pastor tell them that they are doing. You don't have the mind. Of course, man. I mean, that's 100% true. And that actually happened to me. What Eddie just said actually happened to me. I grew up in a Christian home. My mom goes to church. What church were we attending then? Was it Assemblies of God? Yeah. Assemblies of God was the church I grew up in. But at some point, I had to think for myself. Look, I continue to go to church every Sunday. I do this every Sunday. I pray, we pray offering. But the church never gives back. Alright? Will it be wrong if churches have stimulus package? Okay, let me show you my phone. Okay, the phone is not up here. I was going to show you a church I found in Texas that every quarter, every 4 months, they give some money back to the members. Alright? Alright, so let's read from Alima. You got a good heart, but you lack manner, arrogancy. Don't get me wrong, I'm one of your supporters. Alright, when you say being arrogant, I don't know how you think I'm arrogant. I mean, because I love myself, I don't think I've ever spoke to you for you to define anyone being arrogant. I mean, you cannot really classify anyone being arrogant unless you have a direct experience with them. I don't know. If you are judging me from Facebook that I'm arrogant, I lack manner, I don't know what you want to say. For you to judge me, you have to judge me based on what we do. More than 99% of the persons that come to our office to seek help, I do not need to help them. But every single person who come to our office to seek for help, we show them the maximum amount of love and respect. What could be more beautiful than that? Right? You come into my office, you sit down, you talk to me, I give you a hug, I solve your problem, I respect you, good morning, what brought you here? I don't discriminate against you. I mean, I don't think any manner of approach can be better than that. So if you as a woman or a man, you are judging somebody online because of the way they talk, that they don't have manner, it means that you are sick. I think you are sick. I think that's a symptom of coronavirus. Because you have to be very, very sick for you to think somebody is arrogant when you have not had any one-on-one experience with them. Even with what they do every day, helping the less privileged. Nobody have ever come into our office seeking for help and we disrespect them. It's very, very rare. Unless that they are being forceful, then we tell them, no, leave our office. But every single person that comes into our office get the exact amount of love that we show everyone. So I don't know where you get that from, sweetie. Alright? Alright, so let's go forward. Okay, let's read from Ebony Eyimbo. Abeg, who said Dion is 419? You people to go to. Of course, I don't think I'm even a 419 anymore. I think I'm a 4110. 4110 because I have been able to steal from people and use it for good. That's one level higher than 419. So I think that I'm a 4110 because I've been able to steal from people and use it for the good of the people. And the beautiful thing is that the people who are giving to me, the God-sent members who are donating the money, they have never complained. You that have not given a dime, Edo State 419, Edo State Anini, you are not giving a dime. You have not supported us. The people who are paying the money, the people who are supporting us are saying, go on, our brother, we see your work, we love you, thank you. All right, we just started our preschool. We already have about 20 supporters. 20. Big shout out to you, Mary Tessie, who recently adopted 2 young kids. They are twins. Their mom is a pure water seller. It's a big one. All right. So please, I want to encourage you to be 419 like Dion Osagie. Be a 419 that help people, man. All right, you have not been able to speak to your government for the failure of their works. You are attacking an individual who just had an idea, who have an idea that is making a change. Our work is obvious. Our work is everywhere. Every day we are doing one good thing. Even today, how many of the people watching us today did something good? Let's be realistic. How many of the persons watching us right now did something good to improve their community? Less than 10%. But today, we spent about 4 hours around the Uwelu Oasis, Uwelu Market, telling people about coronavirus, advising people to stay at home. We are going to share those photos and videos with you after this program. Today, we went around the city. I am not a member of the government. I am just an individual with a great passion for my community. We took our, all right, we rented a bus. We took the speaker, the public address system. I will share that with you. We created about 1,000 sanitizers, hand gloves and all to share around the city. What did you do? Nothing. You stayed at home with your girlfriend, smooshing, smooshing your girlfriend. Okay, let's go forward, guys. You are free to ask many questions, man. We are not fighting here. We are just discussing. Don't take it personal, okay? Nigeria can never change. Mostly our Benin people. Just try your best. Of course, Iman, Edos, yeah. Nigeria can change, but definitely not in our generation. Nigeria can change, but not in our generation. I cannot change Nigeria. I cannot change Edo State, but I can make a major impact. If 100 years ago, London Bridge is falling down, falling down. If 100 years ago, there was already London Bridge. If 100 years ago, we already had Piccadilly line, Victoria line, that is underground over 100 years ago, and we are still struggling with Fishing Road, and we are still commending a state governor for renovating buildings. It means that we are so behind. And if I become the governor, 8 years will never be enough for me to turn Benin City, Edo State like London. It's not possible. It's not possible for you to create a system in 4 years that you now create a train system around Benin. It's not possible, man. So we have a long way to go. All right? So we are like 200 years behind. Our generation, even our children, will not be able to change it. But I'm encouraging each and every one of you to do your part. You must do your part. Majority of us that have access to live this country, our children may never ever come back to live in Benin or to live in Edo State. It's a very, very low percentage. So most of the buildings we are building at home, we are buying houses, we are doing it for ourselves. So I want to encourage you again, if you have children in Europe, America, Canada, wherever, do your best to see how you can invest in the country where you know that your children will be in the next 20 years. Your children are not coming back. In the next 30 years, invest in that country, especially when you are a citizen. Because when you invest in Europe, when you invest in America, when you invest in Canada for your children, the investment is more secured. Just imagine you build a house in Nigeria, there's fire in the house, fire, boom, everything burned down. You are going to be responsible for everything. Nobody's going to help you. Look at recently, there has been fire incident in Edo State. We have the Edo market, the Olia market, the Uwelu Pepper market. And yet, it's been about 3-4 months and the state government have not come out with like 10 new fire trucks. Research or a proposal for the Nigeria and network, man. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Nigeria and network, so bad. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. All right. Wisdom. What's the plan for Edo State government for this period of coronavirus? Because we are in house arrest. I think I already addressed that. Prosper. Thank you so much. Prosper. Me and my family is voting for you. No two ways about it. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, any sensible persons will vote for me. Any sensible persons will vote for me. Any sensible person will give me their support. All right? I have no hate against anybody. Let's call a spade a spade. Let all the aspirants, all the contestants come out and tell Edo people what contribution did they make to Edo State before venturing into politics. Let every aspirant in Edo State politics today come out and tell the Edo people what they did. What did you do for the community before you say, okay, I want to become a governor? Before you say, I want to become a House of Rep member? Before you say, I want to become a senator? What did you do for the people? None. The current governor of Edo State right now, before now, he was just an investor banker, a stockbroker. Afri Invest. When you look at Izayamu was a farmer. Look at Dion Osagie. The works are there. We have Go Cab that we have used to empower young boys. We have God Sent Kitchen. We have Streets to School program. We have agricultural loan. We have healthcare program. We have feeding program. We have contributed a whole lot. All right. So we feel that we have been able to display the true attribute of leadership, and that's why we are running. All right. So let's go further. Okay, let's read from Irene again. Do your best, boss, and follow your heart. Fear your dream, don't allow. Of course, now, Irene. If I will allow people's opinion to define me, I would have packed my bags and run long time ago. If people's opinion can define me, what can you possibly say about Dion Osagie that have not been said? What can you possibly say about Dion Osagie today that has not been said? Everything has been said. Nothing is left. Please find, those of you who love to talk bad about us, please find a new format, find a new term. Because every day you don't like us, we are growing higher. It's not easy, man. It's not easy to have a free school, man. It's not easy, man. Clap for me, please clap for me, clap for me. Wako bomb, man. Yes. Very proud of myself. It is not easy to do what the government cannot do. It is not easy to do what the big churches cannot do. Put me in your prayers. Put me in your prayers the way you put your brothers, your sons, your girlfriends, and your boyfriends in prayer. Because 90% of Edo people around my age will never do what I do. The country is extremely hard, but we love the challenge. I am a problem solver. I love to do things people tell me that I can't do. We are going to be the next governor. We as people, we are going to be the next governor, not me. Because when I become governor, I alone will not make that decision, man. What is wrong with the governor going to every local government once a month? Maybe today we have a town hall meeting in the local government. The next month we go to Igboba's ASAC or local government. The next other month we go to... What's wrong with that? Why can't the government bring the people together, the grassroots, listen to the people, man? Hear from them what they are passing through. When was the last time our governor went on a town hall meeting? When was the last time our governor took time? Just 1 week. Will it be wrong if the governor says, you know what, the Edo people in Europe, in America, they have been a great source to the support to the state government? Because every person that live abroad, if you are an Edo person, if you are a Nigerian, every one of us that live abroad, we have at least 2 or 3 persons that we are supporting. It's a big support to the state. Will it be wrong if the governor go, you know what, I'm doing a 1 week Europe meeting to meet all our Edo organizations. We have Edo community, we have Edo union, we have so many organizations in Europe. The government is not aware that if, as a governor, you go around Europe, let's use Italy for example, we have Modena, we have Brescia, we have Bremen, we have Milano, we have Torino, we have Perugia, we have Sicily, we have Rome, we have so many big cities in Europe, in Italy. In each of these cities, there's an Edo organization. Don't the governor know that once he visits Italy and requests to meet the head of these organizations and see what they can do together, they will be so happy? Don't the governor know that if you call Edo people in diaspora, so you know what, Edo people in Italy, we need 10 of you guys who can team up and bring an investor to Edo State. Edo people in Germany, we need 10 organizations, Edo organizations in Germany to team up to see what you can do for Edo State. Edo people in Austria, we need you to do the same. Edo people in Canada, do the same. You will see that almost every month, we will be able to bring investors to the state. We will be able to create jobs. A lot of Edo persons abroad have very brilliant ideas, but they need the backing support of the government. And that is how we are going to succeed. We are going to succeed by bringing every Edo person around the world together to effect a change. We can make so much billions from the state if we partner with the Edos in diaspora. And that's one program I am going to plan on doing soon. The Edos in diaspora has a major role to play in the state affair. There are over 20, what is 20? In Torino alone, Milano, Torino, those big cities, there could be about 3 or 4 Edo organizations. They have the ESAN organization, AFEMA organization, Benin organization. All these persons can come together. So, okay, you know what? What can you guys do for Edo State? What can you bring to Edo State? Put people to work. As a governor, I am going to have a senior special assistant in almost every country. As a governor of Edo State, I personally, I am going to have a senior special assistant in every country who will relate to me on what they are doing. You can live in your country. You can, if you are living in Italy, yes, you can work for me. If you are living in Austria and Edo person, you can work for me. How are you going to work for me? Are you going to be expecting salary? Most likely not. You don't need to pay people anymore for them to make the dream work, because you are living in a global village. If you give somebody a power, a little power, that person should be able to use that same power to bring money to the state. Not the state giving them money. No. If I am an SSA to the governor, imagine what I can do. If I am a commissioner, imagine what I can do. But a lot of persons only depend on the state. State, give me. No. Why can't you go out there with the power that you have as an SSA or a commissioner or whatever and influence people to come and invest in your country? If you are living in Brazil, many of you know that Brazil is very good in farming. Why can't you partner with a lot of farmers there to see how many acres or hectares of farm you can create in Edo State? All these dreams are possible. Just that our people are thinking very small. Minus the resources we have. We are not talking about the oil, because many of you do not even know that Edo State is on top of one of the oil producing states in Nigeria. There's money coming to the state. There are companies paying to the state. But some persons are sitting on it. You don't even know. You are not worried. You are worried about Dion Osagie, because Dion Osagie is out here to help. Do you know how many millions of dollars that is being paid to Edo State for our oil, that will benefit some youths, that will benefit some elders? Do you know? You have no idea. I bought this book. That have the current affair. Let's read one. State creation in Nigeria. Who can tell me who created the first 12 states in Nigeria? Many of you don't know. You are living in a country, you don't even know what's going on. I beg, let me read some comments here. Let's read from Adesuwa. Change in our generation, not in these old people. Adesuwa, I don't agree. Adesuwa, I don't agree, man. I don't agree that. I agree that the style of governance can change. All right, where people start to see things differently. All right, assuming I'm a governor today, if I light up Benin City, people will say, wow, so this is achievable. I thought on my social media, I wrote on my social media that I am going to light up Benin City. I didn't say the entire Edo State. You know, let's be realistic. I said in the first 100 days, I will light up the entire Benin City. People said, no, it's not possible. How can you light up Benin City? Because somebody have not done it. It's possible, guys. China built a massive hospital in less than 10 days. You can light up Benin City in less than 100 days. We have First Bank at Ring Road. We have Union Bank at Ring Road. Are you telling me that those two banks, are you telling me that they are not big enough to light up the entire Ring Road, Mission Road, Forestry, and all those joining streets? They can do it. First Bank and UBA, as corporate responsibility, the government of the day can push for this big organization, banks. UBA just donated about 10 billion for the corona case in Nigeria. These banks can partner with the state government, and the state government can say, you know what, Union Bank, you have to be responsible for all the lighting in Forestry and Mission Road. First Bank, you're going to light up the entire Ring Road and some part of Sapele Road. They have a generator. They own it almost every day because of their banking system, ATM and all. Alright? Solar power is there. You understand? So our people are very small-minded, and it makes me very, very angry, especially those who have lived in Europe, guys. That's what makes me angry the more. It makes me angry the more when I see young people who have lived in Europe. You go to Europe, you come in through a boat, a rubber boat, a plastic, what do they call all those things they use from Morocco to Spain? You get to Spain or Italy, you see the police take you in, give you a shelter. Every week or every month they are giving you some money. From there, you arrange your paper, you start working. In less than 3-4 years, you are able to buy a land, start building your house. You go back home, you see that things are not working well for your people, and you are still supporting the government of the day. Are you sick? Look at the situation they are facing today. A lot of people are asked not to leave the house. Many of them cannot feed. What is your action? What are you doing about it? Even when there's no crisis in Europe, there's no crisis. Just that you came as a refugee with one good story, they will say take $100 or take $200. As a refugee, they never decide whether you will stay their country. Then they give you money. So now imagine the citizens of Nigeria, the citizens of Edo State, who cannot get such benefits, and you are clapping. Are you sick? Let's be realistic. Don't hate me for my truths. Don't hate me because I'm saying the truth. I may be arrogant to you, I may be stupid to you, I may be a foreigner to you, but the truth has to be said. Some people will say, I said free healthcare. Some people say no free healthcare for this side. I'm paying for healthcare. Yes, there's free healthcare. If you are not working in Europe, they cannot deny you access to healthcare. It means it's free. If you are living in Europe, you are not working, you will still have 100% access to healthcare. I don't care how it's being paid. Maybe some persons who are working from their taxes, they are paying for your healthcare. It doesn't matter. But the good thing is you have access to healthcare. You understand? Terry, let's read from Terry. Terry, I'm going to call my family to vote for you because I too much believe you. Thank you so much, Osas Terry. Thank you so much. I think that any sensible person should see where I'm coming from. Any sensible person should see where I'm coming from. I am not being biased. I don't hate Governor Obaseki. I don't love Oshomole. I don't have any political godfather. I'm just saying things the way I see them. I am speaking between or within my rights as a citizen. You have got to talk. When you say something, they'll say, oh, stop criticizing the governor. The governor is trying. Oh my God. And you are living in Europe. You are living in Europe where you collect benefits. Your children will collect. You will collect. If you born, they will pay you half of your salary. If you travel, they will still be paying you. If you cannot pay your rent, there's a welfare office. If you don't have food, you go to a food bank. You wake up in the morning, you open your tap, you have cold water, you have hot water. You don't even know how your electricity is being generated. Do you want to show you as big as this house? Hold on, guys. Let me show you how we get light in this house. Hold on. Just hold on. All right. So this area is Lekki County. All right. This is above the average area. It's not the main Lekki, but it's still considered Lekki. Not really Lekki, but people still call it Lekki. All right. So the average housing in this area is around 50 million naira. All right. The average cost of buying property in this area is around average 50 million naira. As you know, as we're doing the video now, they took the light, so we are running on gen. So if you want to get light in 21st century till date, if you want to get light, this is how we use it. You have to plug this in the wall. Plug this in the wall, a number will come up here. You go and buy card, you put this here. We are still operating in analog. You were in Europe. When the last time you even see your light bill itself? Or whatever they would change your light. Is it possible? Look at it. You plug this on the wall, the light will come on. You now start to put your number. I tell you, boy, living in Nigeria is a nightmare. Living in Nigeria is a nightmare. If you can make it, if you can make it in Nigeria, you can make it anywhere in the world. It's not easy. This is my 4th year in Nigeria. This is my 4th year living in Nigeria. If you think it's easy, please do us a favor and join me. All right. So let's read from OS. Okay, let's read from Chas Asibo. My brother, you are doing very well. I really like your good work. Majority of Edo youths are frustrated. Of course. I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth. Thank you for your support, man. Let's read from the Sandako. A lot of people still live with primitive thinking. I mean, bro. I mean, you can't blame them. The reason why I don't so much get angry because I don't expect an average person to know what I know. I have traveled all the continents of the world. I have traveled to over 40 countries. I have seen more things than the average Nigerian. All right? So when I speak, I'm speaking based on what I know, based on what I have seen, based on what I've experienced. There's a good chance that if I was living in Nigeria, if I'm not well exposed, that I would be thinking like them. So their thinking is so behind. And the major work we need to do in Nigeria is not even the leaders. So we are just wasting our time saying the leaders are bad. No, the youths are the greater problem. Until the youths are aware of how much they are behind, they may never be able to fight back. All right? So they make 1 million naira, they are clapping. Ooh, my shaman. Do you know that with just 50,000 naira, somebody can kill you in Nigeria? With just 50,000 naira, somebody could be paid to go and assassinate you. 50,000 naira, you can be dead. That's how bad it is. Oh, you think I'm not aware that I risk my life every day to do what I do? Of course I am. So you think I'm not aware that I risk my life every day to do what I do? Of course I am. But I am also aware that the God who has sent me to this great dream can never let me down. If I die, anybody will kill me. Now God kill me. That's my faith. That's my belief. This is Nigeria. Many young people are hungry, man. People are so hungry. A graduate who graduated with a very, very high level in university, 4 years, no work, is at home. Is at home. The mom is sick, can't even send the mom to the hospital. Have a girlfriend, the girlfriend left him to date another guy who just bought a Camry. That same young man, you think if you give that young man 50,000 naira, he's probably going to take it and do all kind of crime for you. That's the problem we are facing. That's why you see politicians are using young men as a tool. They don't want to empower them. They give them enough that will last them a while so that they will keep coming back. What is wrong with empowering people that work for you? They do not want to empower them because they want them to keep coming back. So I'm appealing with you, young people. If you ever have a chance to see this video, please, I'm your loving brother. I have nothing against you. I want to create an Edo State where our children will look to us tomorrow and say that our parents did not fail us. Realistic speaking, our parents failed us. Our parents failed us. And that's a fact. Because if they did not fail us, we will not be where we are today. Some people will say that Nigeria, Rome was not built in a day. Nigeria how many years was this? 60 years. Nigeria was got independent 1960. Nigeria is not that old. My question is to those people: was Rome and Nigeria built on a different day? We have a long way to go. When the white people came to Edo State, when the white people came to Benin Kingdom, all they gave our fathers was mirror. When they show them mirror like that, they start running. Ordinary mirror. Or if people come Nigeria, come Africa, come Benin Kingdom, they will show our grandpapa, they will show the mirror. Our grandpapa will jump like monkey. Mirror. So think, over 100 years ago, they were able to use mirror to deceive our people. And these Oyibo people, they were able to build a boat or a ship that brought them all the way from UK, from Portugal, from Spain, all the way to our town. If Oyibo people build ship 100 years ago that was in the sea for days to bring them to our town, and that time we still wear all those leaves, our women, all those our mama, that they do build, that they wear they walk like this, that they wear those cassava, this thing they cover. To be honest with you, I think that the white people, the slavery they came or the time they came to Nigeria, I think is a good exposure for us. If 60 years ago, the white people came to civilize us, to make us see that things can be done this way, and we are still like this today, when the white people came 60 years ago, and we are still like this today. Imagine if they never came. Maybe me and you, now tree for the live now. These are facts. If after all these long whiles, after all our exposure, after all our travel, we are still like this. Because when white people came, there was no development. It was white people that initiated development. The first church that was built in Benin Kingdom is the Holy Arosa. It was the first church that was built. It's still there in Apapava, the church of the Oba of Benin. Just the other day I was with the chief priest of the church. Alright? So the white people came and exposed us to so many things, and we are just like this. So if they never came, what will for day? I beg you, more the talk they go. Alright, so let's go further. Osagie Osagie, are you not moving to Spain again? Alright, Spain, we are definitely going to be in Spain. Spain is one of the beautiful places I've ever been in the world. I will encourage people to invest in Spain. Spain is so nice. If you have $50,000, you can get a good property in Spain. Alright, so after all this coronavirus, I think I have to create a platform whereby people can invest in Spain. With 50,000 euros, you can get a very beautiful apartment in Spain, rent it out. Our people are so afraid to invest. Alright, you have a 5-bedroom mansion at home in Nigeria, you have a husband and a wife, your children, you are living in a 3-bedroom or 2-bedroom house. It's not good. You understand? Alright, it's not good. You should invest more in the countries where you live. You have to, your comfort is number one wherever you are in the world. Wherever you are in the world, your comfort is number one. You understand? You build a 5-bedroom duplex in Amamba or in Ugbo or in Oba Eti. Your family member is living there. Then you and your children, your wife, you are living in a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom in Europe. You are suffering yourself. Because at the end of the day, the property you build, anytime you come to Nigeria, you have to spend more money trying to renovate this building to your standard. Most of us, even the ones that we are able to build a house here, after we build, when we come home, we are not even able to stay in the house. We go and stay in the hotel. So what's the use? You understand? What's the use, man? All right. So I'm not encouraging you not to build in your community. I'm just saying that, you know, let's think of investing in countries where we know that our children, in the next 20 years, my son is not coming to Nigeria. In the next 25 years, my son is not moving to Nigeria. So when we are investing, we need to invest for our children. The purpose of investment is for our children. So when we're investing, we need to always look at that areas. All right. All right. Uyi Evans Osasu. The problem with most of Dion followers is that many of you are school dropout, empty brains, failure. Well, I will say that that's your opinion, but the truth of the matter is, majority of our followers are professionals. 99% of our followers are professionals. We don't have school dropouts. But I think that you are even more of a dropout if what I'm saying is not making sense and you are following me. I mean, I think that you are even more of a dropout if you are watching me right now and what I'm saying is not making sense, but you are watching and you even took time to type a long essay. Does that make sense to you? No, it doesn't make sense. I'm encouraging you to support us if you can. If you cannot, it's not a big deal. You can continue to watch us. I'm not in the mood to block anybody today. All right, let's go further. Okay, there's okay, Uyosa Evans Osasu again. Dion, I have traveled more than you, but I don't make noise. Please leave travel out of it. I'm sorry. If you think you have traveled more than me, I would love to meet you. For me, travel is a great achievement for me. All right. So please allow me to make noise with it, because the reason why we make noise with it is that there may be somebody watching me one day that will say, you know what, I want to employ someone who have traveled a lot. They may be watching me one day. So when I talk about my history, when I talk about my travel, is a resume. When you're looking for a job, you have to type all your qualification. If you went to Ambrosali University, the places you have worked, you write everything down. So it's the same thing. It's just on a different format. All right. So leave my resume alone. Don't be so angry about it. If you are tired of watching me, you can block me. If you don't want to block me, I can help you. My friend, let me help you. Let me just block you, so that so I don't offend you anymore. All right, that's blocked. Okay, let me block the next person. All right. I'll just do you a favor. If you are watching me and I'm offending you, I don't want to offend anybody, because this is my platform. I'm the one paying for the service, for the internet. I'm the one using my time. So if I'm offending you, if you cannot block me, I'll just help you so that we don't have a misunderstanding. All right, so let's go further. Okay, let's read from Kelly. God bless Edo State and God bless Dion. Thank you so much, Kelly. Kelly, I have some family friends in Houston who have the same last name as you. Great people in Houston, Texas, who have the same last name as you. Great people. Man, I really appreciate them. Great family. All right, they live in Houston, Sugarland.
To implement measures taken by Edo State government to curtail the spread of COVID-19 in the locality.
Watching the Edo State government
Chief Ferdinand Osakwe reports that the local government chairman led members of the committee and the security personnel to carry out sensitization exercise.
People are still going to the market. People don't even understand it. Look at it.
Health educator is our Northeast local government, Joseph Okoli, sensitizing residents on ways to protect themselves against the virus. The committee, which was constituted at the stakeholders meeting, comprises primary healthcare coordinator Dr. Eric Obo as secretary, heads of departments of works, information and environment.
All right, so
Chairman of Christian Association of Nigeria.
The people are not well informed.
Others include councillors.
All right, so I think that's my time already. If you have any question, please quickly note it. Let me address that so I can go mind my business. That is the job of a foreign secretary. Okay. Efosa, Esoge, don't block people, they might change my mind. Yeah, that's true. I've always had that habit for a very long time until this year. Efosa, I've always had that habit, like, you know what, My work is a school of its own, all right? My work is to make people see things differently, all right? But at the end of the day, when I'm trying to school you, trying to make you understand things, and you continue to insult, distracting other good followers, I don't think it's worth it, all right? So I think that if I'm trying to school you, give you opportunity to learn from our page, and you are not willing to learn, we just push you on the side. The options are very easy. It takes less than 10 seconds to block a person. It's not a big deal. So I don't understand how somebody that is smart will create a fake Facebook account, start making comments, knowing fully well that your comments can be deleted, you can be blocked. It doesn't even make any sense to me. All right, but hey, such is life. Okay, let's read from Joe. Joe Owas, my guy, Don. I so much love you. Jah protect you. Amen, bro. One love, man. One love. I love that. One love. Jah love. There's a guy in Austin, Texas. His name is Jah Love. One of my good friends in Austin, Texas. Jah Love. I really miss him. I'll reach out to him soon. Okay, Jeff Ambassador. I have one question. Please go ahead. This is what I read. Not just enter house. They should make provisions for these people. Of course. This one, your wedding has been cancelled. One of our big supporters in UK. This one, your wedding has been cancelled. Your wedding has been cancelled because of coronavirus. April 11. Guess what? I was supposed to travel around that time because of you. That's what I'm saying in Nigeria. Look at your wedding cloth here. This one, see your wedding cloth. And this was our lady Stella ordered this. I mistakenly brought it with me. Alright, so I think I will keep this for our first lady, and we can order a new one for Stella. Okay. Alright, let's read from best. It is right for Nigerian police to destroying people things instead of course not. I saw that. Best. I saw police officers just taking people's come on, man, come on. Is that the best way? In Nigeria, whereby the average man cannot even get a loan of 100,000, a PhD graduate cannot get a loan of 100,000 if they have a project. You cannot get it. You are destroying people's property, their livelihood, their source of income, source of surviving. It's very, very wrong. I'm not in support of that. And these people do not even know that you can take the government to court. They do not know that you can sue the government. People are so scared. Today I had to help somebody. Let me show you guys that. Like I say, so many people will think say once we see the work. This is what happened today. A lady called me from Europe. Okay, this is what happened today. A lady called me from Europe that the mom and the sister has been arrested. This happened this morning. I solved so many problems every single day that many of you may not even be aware. She called me that her sister and her mother was arrested over a little quarrel. People just intimidate everybody with police. If you have a quarrel with your neighbor, nobody was hurt, there's no warrant to bring the police to arrest your neighbor. So some persons do that because they have one or two connections at the police station. They like to oppress everybody. So they took them to the station and wanted to lock them up until I intervened. Before I intervened, they were asking them to go and bring 40,000 naira. 40,000 naira before they can let them go. For nothing, because there was a quarrel. Nobody fights. There was no fight. Just normal street quarrel. Hey, go, all this kind of thing. Alright, so this is what happened today. Alright. Okay. Send me the note. Good morning. After we spoke, her name is Lucy. Okay, spoke to her already, no issue. They will leave them. If not, I will send someone there. Thank you so much. There's no fight now. They can't arrest them. I'm relieved. Is she rented there? Or no, her house is beside the other woman's house. Okay, I now send someone to meet them there. Okay? Alright, thank you, sir. This really means a lot to me. We are God's sent family. Yes, sir. Thank God. Right? No shake. Like I said before, I'm not working. Okay? Alright, so this is today, guys. This is today. This is a problem solved today. A woman living in Europe, a district, I don't even know her really. She called me very early this morning at about 8 a.m. while I'm still asleep, crying that they have arrested her mother, she don't have anybody, I'm the only hope. It took me less than 30 minutes to make a difference. So you that is shouting online every day, you don't like the Osagie, you don't. What are you doing to make an impact? All right. So let's go further. Petro Clifford, Dion, tolerate your followers' comment. Of course, I always do, man. I always do. I think there's nobody that tolerates people more than I do. There's nobody on social media today that tolerate people more than I do. All right. There's a lot of persons when you make a wrong, oh boy, yeah, I block you. But I don't see a need for that, because I think that our platform is a platform to educate ourselves, where we can discuss, where we can see things differently. But a lot of persons come to our platform to distract other persons, and we are not going to have that. In 2020, I've decided to change my ways a little bit. We are not going to have that. If you distract people, if you make stupid comments, we just knock you out. All right, you can be watching from the sideline. All right. Bright Ewosa, Dion, we appreciate your good work. Remember, criticism is a part of a job. Of course, 100%. I love criticism. All right. Matter of fact, it was criticism that got me to where I am. A true story, man. When I was 20 years old, I was in school at the Austin Community College. Many of you do not know, I have a degree in telecommunication and computer electronics. I studied a double major from the Austin Community College. All right. While I was going to school, I was working at a place called Applied Materials. If you are very good with IT, you will know Applied Materials. They are semiconductor company in America, one of the 500 Fortune company in America, very, very big company. I was working for them as an IQ technician. Quality check means that after they fix the IT, the machine, we just have to check, make sure all the wires are good, we test it on the system and all that. I was working there. But while I was working there, I was finding it very difficult to go do that work and go to my school. So somebody told me about the taxi business, all right? That you can drive taxi only on the weekend and still make the same amount you are making working every day at this company. I was like, all right. At 21, I went to apply. I applied, I got the job as a taxi driver, making me the youngest taxi driver in the city of Austin. If you go online, we know we always work with facts, because we don't want people to think that we are just talking. Let me see if I can still find it. All right. So I got a job working with the Austin Yellow Cab of America. 21. I was the youngest Nigerian working with the Yellow Cab in Texas. I was looking, I don't know, many of you may have seen. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Okay, I'm not able to find it now, but it's there somewhere. All right, it's there somewhere where they gave me an award from the company, because as I was working with these people, a lot of my young friends criticized me. Imagine 21 years old young boy driving a taxi at night and all that. My friends would mock me, say, Chris, which kind of money they find? They discuss me behind their back, say all kind of things about me, gossip about me. But guess what? From the age of 21 to 23, at the age of 23, I was able to buy a house in America. I will always say it because it's a good resume for a young person. It's a good encouragement for many of you who have spent 20, 30 years in Europe and you are still living in rent. At the age of 23, I bought my first house in America. All those my friends, when I bought it, hey, don't go buy house, so what thing you do? Yeah, this boy they do job, oh. So say who they call me for one night, but now brain, life now brain. So I did that. Life was good. People say, I think they pay for the house. From after I bought the house, so I called people to come and enjoy. We did the housewarming party. Rode on the vest. I have not left the house in 5 days. I have not left the house. This is the first time in a very long time that I have not left the house. So I invested over 100,000 naira in foodstuff about 3 days ago, because currently Lagos is shut down. Oh wow. Alright, so I was saying that currently Lagos is shut down. Alright, Lagos is completely shut down, no movement. There's going to be a curfew over the weekend. I think from 6 p.m. to a certain amount of time, you cannot go out. So it's a big challenge for Nigerians at this time. My major concern are those families who do not have nothing to eat, who depend on hawking to survive. Some even depend on begging to eat. So many challenges for Nigeria, but I'm very, very proud as a Lagos resident. I'm very, very proud of the Lagos State Governor for his quick, prompt response, for providing food and all that. But the problem is, how will they now channel out the food? Because majority of the people in Nigeria do not have a proper identification. So how would they now disburse the food when people are hungry? So there are so many things running through my mind. I just hope to see a Nigeria whereby things can work, you understand? Things can be okay for our people. Alright, look at our president. I don't even know. President that cannot even address the people, you know, in times like this, when the president is supposed to be the hope of every people. You know, they said they want to start giving out some stipends to some persons. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, because at the end of the day, there are so many persons who have more than 1 BVN. There are many persons in Nigeria who has more than 1 BVN. You don't know that? There's people in Nigeria, same person will have like 10 BVN. Alright, so it's crazy, man. Alright, I'll let you guys go, man. Alright, Mama Ede, shout out to all the cab drivers, man. Ooh, ooh. I'm a proud cab drivers. Guess what, guys? Those persons that were mocking me then, 15 years ago, almost. Yeah, 15. I'm 38 years old. I don't hide my age. I was born February 2nd, 1982. Alright? I'm very proud to be the youngest governorship aspirant in Edo State, if not Nigeria at large. I'm very proud of it. Alright? I'm very proud to be Edo State's youngest governorship aspirant. While many of my youths are busy shouting, talk back, I believe that I can be the governor. Alright? So we are on a different class. We are on a different mindset, different thinking. Alright? So if you believe that the governor of Edo State, current governor of Edo State, is doing a good job, that's your opinion. But I personally think that he's not doing enough. I think that I can do better than him. It's just the way it is. Alright, so I'm very, very proud of that. And I want to thank everybody who have supported me this far. Each and every one of you who have contributed to the development of our works. Mama Ede, thank you so much. You have took time to sew over 100 uniforms for us for free. It's not an easy task. Thank you so much. Somebody sent us some money recently that we should make some more uniform. I'm going to reach out to you for that. Irene Igion, you're always there at the God Send group coordinating us. Adesu Agejire, you take time also to coordinate people in our group to pay their 5,000 naira monthly dues. Alright, for those of you who have been paying and consistent, thank you so much for that. Dandy in Italy, our coordinator over there in Torino, thank you so much for your support. You guys, I don't know what I owe you guys to, or what I've done for you guys to deserve the amount of love that you guys have shown me over the years. Vivian, more women support me. More women support me because they understand what it means. They understand what it means. Young men don't want to support another young man because they don't want the young man to excel. Many of them are planning on how to rob me. Many of them are planning on how they can arrest me. Some of them are even written a petition. I don't want to mention their name. You know who. I have been to the DSS. I have been to the DSS office in Edo State. I was petitioned to the DSS office in Edo State. When I got there, when I showed the DSS director then, about 2 years ago or thereabout, when I showed the DSS director what we're doing, they were like, wow, we are so proud of you. A Godsend Foundation is registered with the DSS office in Edo State. You understand? So thank each and every one of you guys for your continued support. Let's join us together to effect all the dreams we have. There is no young Edo person who have done this. Who is thinking of Edo State to create a proposal to the state government like, look, let's remove children from the streets. There is no young Edo person who have done this, who have written a proposal to say, you know what, the government, let's work together to do this, or let's help women. Let's empower 1,000 women to become entrepreneurs. I don't think there's any Edo person who have done it. All right? Education is not by writing novel or speaking English. Education is common sense. Education is what are you doing to make an impact. This is another one. I take most of my proposals everywhere I go because it's a reflection of me. Look at what I did. Edo Diaspora. Look at this. I created this in 2017. Look at this. Edo Diaspora Summit. Alright? Edo Diaspora Summit. Look at this. Affordable housing, agriculture, healthcare, education, solar. Alright? This was submitted to Osagie. I wanted me and Osagie to do this project. But since Osagie has been gone, nobody is saying anything about it. Alright? Look at the proposed partners. If the government support, look at the people who could have reached out to. This is the Oba, Ministry of Culture, Dangote, USAID, GLOW, FROS. Look at the EU, Edo State government. Look at that. Look at all the proposed partners that was going to make the event work. Look at all the proposed partner that will make this dream work in 2017. It's been 3 years. I said, you know what? We have a lot of Edo persons around the world. We have a lot of Edo persons around the world. Let's see how the Edo persons around the world, Edo's in diaspora, look at it. This is all my concept. Look at Edo people around the world. You may see your face there. Look at Victor Moses. He's an Edo person. All right. Look at all these are successful Edo persons around the world. All right. Imagine encourage Edo persons around the world to come together to create one project every year. For example, let's use study. All right. Let's assume we have 20 Edo organizations in Italy alone. 20. Let's go with 20. And there's a must that in each organization we have at least 20 members in each organization. All right. If 20 members pay €5, only €5 a month, you're going to have €100. If you multiply €100 times 20 organizations, you're going to have €2,000. If you convert €2,000 into naira, you're going to have about 800,000. No, now let's take the same formula to Belgium, to Greece, to all these countries around the world. It means that the Edos in diaspora at €5 or $5, we can raise about 10 million or more every month. So we can decide that this 10 million, we are going to use it to fix Uronigbe. We are going to build a healthcare center in Urugbe. The next month, we are going to build 4 water projects in Uwonde. In the following month, we are going to build, it's possible with just €5, $5. So these are all my dreams when I created the Edos in diaspora. I put all our partners here. I said, okay, for example, like Wesley Hotel, which is our good friend, and Randeki, they can be a partner. All our Edo persons who come from diaspora, they can give us discount. We stay in their hotel, right? Edo persons, we can stay in their hotel. On Friday can be meet and greet. On Saturday, we can have the cultural events and all that, and in the evening of it, we can have the main event where the governor can come around to address all those persons in that came from diaspora to see what they can do with the state government to make Edo move forward. But they think I'm stupid. So we are going to do it ourselves when I become the governor. Believe me, guys, when I become the governor, my major project will be Edo in diaspora. Because so many Edos in diaspora have so much to offer, man. We have so much to offer. I want to give a big shout out to all our Edo musicians in diaspora. All our Edo musicians, Don VS, Don Cliff, Beckley Oke, Manfesto, Jackie Sula, Kola Usula, all these Edo persons. Imagine if they are empowered in entertainment. Imagine the breakthrough. Alright? Big shout out to you, man. JJ Berry, Edo Festival and Award. Believe me, guys, when I become your governor, we are going to make all your dreams, passions for all you guys. I want to thank you so much for your support. May God continue to be with you. I love you so much. Together, I strongly believe that we will make a difference. And don't forget to tell everybody I am supporting Edo State with 1 million naira to help those women who do not have food. So if you have anybody who is in need of food, please make a short video and send it to me on my WhatsApp. Somebody was requesting my WhatsApp number earlier. Please get a pen now. Somebody was requesting my WhatsApp number earlier. Please get a pen now. You were requesting my WhatsApp number. Get a pen. My WhatsApp number 0705 1938 417 0705 1938 417 is my WhatsApp number. I really hope that you reach out to me and tell your people about us. We are going to win this election. I can already see it, because as we speak, I am the only creditable candidate in Edo State. As we speak today, I am the only creditable candidate in Edo State. All right? Nobody can compete with me. Nobody can compete with me. I mean, let's face the reality, guys. If Godwin Obaseki go out of APC, let's put Dion Osagie and Obaseki, all right? Neutral body. He cannot compete with me now. There are so many ways that I have done greater things than Obaseki. It is not a criticism. These are facts. There are so many ways. You look at it. I did a design. If you have not seen it, let me show it to you. There are so many ways I have done more than the state governor of Edo State. Look at this. This is a fact check, man. Before election, look at it. Look at our work. Before Obaseki became a governor, he was a tenant in Edo State. I mean, this is a fact. Before he became a governor, he was a tenant in Edo State. He had no single investment in Edo State. I built my first house in Edo State over 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago, I built my first house in Edo State. Obaseki recently just bought a house last year. He was a tenant. He was living in Lagos. So it means that I have my people at heart even before Obaseki became a governor. These are facts. I was thinking of my people before Obaseki even got a chance to become a governor. I don't hate the governor. Matter of fact, I actually love him. I'm one of his best supporters, but I feel that he's not fit for the job of a governor. I think that he's a good socialist, a good economist. All right, he can continue to write. If I win the election, I may likely hire Obaseki to work for me, so that he can continue to bring those funds, the kind he brought for Oshomole. He can bring more of those funds so I can use it to work for the people. All right, that being said, I love you. I love you. Woo, woo, woo. They say that they do push-up. Abi? More push-up. I want to do my push-up. My push-up na donation, 1 million naira donation to our people, man. You do your part. One love. Eddie, I see you over there. One love, sis. Bright, one love. I love you guys. Bye.